we going?
That's a good shirt. That's why it's a good shirt. When I want to get pumped, I say, let's fucking read. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Chop Sports Daily, coming to you live from the Flipping Made Easy studio right here in sunny, beautiful Matawan, New Jersey. It is Sturch. It is Gooch. It is Wrestling Rob. And for whatever reason, nobody really invited him, but Scoop is also in the house. Scoop Espo, host of the Cross Court Cast, which you can find every Friday as he gets lazy and, oh, there you go, nice throw. Lazy and does it from his own home when he has a beautiful functioning studio here and doesn't want to make the drive because he claims he coaches his his daughter's soccer team. I don't even know if that's true, to be honest. I mean, I think that might be an excuse as to why you're not doing that. It's an excuse. All right. Anyway, what's wrong?
Ash is at the Wendy Williams show, and she's still tuning in. She's still tuning in. Is that what they do?
I don't know. I know the
Dave, that
thing.
was
Didn't she
rough.
pass out during like a live
Oh
show
my
once?
God! Did you see that
Yeah,
video?
I think I did. Yeah, it was like
She's
Halloween.
like,
I'm pretty sure
like she saw ghosts.
Hey, that was close. Settle down, buddy. You
All right.
almost fell.
but
But
Wendy
Wendy
Williams,
Williams, it's Leah
boy, pretty
Ramini's
new
sitting in. Leah Ramini's filling in, so that's one of Ash's people. So she's there to go.
Who's filming?
Woo,
Who's sitting in with her?
woo. The Scientologist girl that she had that.
Oh, Lima from King of
Carrie?
Queens. Oh,
Yeah.
she's hot,
she's
bro.
beautiful. I
Yeah,
love
she
her.
is.
Settle
bro.
down, guys.
I love her.
Oh,
I loved her on.
She's a great
she's hot.
host.
I loved her on. I loved her on. She was Stacey Carosi from Saved by the Bell. Zach
she
Morris
was,
trying to land a
yeah,
pipe.
she
You know,
was.
feel me?
when
Feel
they
me?
would go on like the vacation shows.
It was not even a
Dave
vacation.
is
It was just the
feeling
beach
himself
episodes.
today.
There was like a couple beach episodes, which was
She was.
yeah, she's great. I love her. Yeah, so Ashley, have fun at the Wendy Williams Scientology show or whatever the hell she's doing. Anyway, if you're watching this right now, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to us on the old YouTube. That would help us out dramatically. We are coming to you live. Did I say this already? Flipping Made Easy Studio, probably in
Custom
Matawan,
Cabinet
New Jersey.
Creation Sports Desk.
Yes, all that
Scoop,
jazz.
Chris, Dave,
Yes.
Rob.
Wow, you're just redoing it all. I like it.
I don't know if you did it though.
No,
Long
it's-
sleeve Gooch.
It's not.
It's a thermal.
I
How are
worked
you
out
wearing a
this morning.
thermal? It's 65 degrees.
It's still a little chilly out there in the room, right?
I did some things this morning where it was a little cold outside still, so
Are you active? Are you
I am active.
trying to run?
The beast has been woken up, ladies and gentlemen. I am like
Oh, boy.
2 weeks out from my 40th birthday, and I've been disrespected and challenged in every
Don't worry,
turn.
because
So when it comes time to go put my money where my mouth is, I'm going to be ready. I don't know if you're all going to be ready, but I'm definitely going to be ready.
all right, you're ready. I'm ready. We're all ready. What did I say? Okay, so YouTube. If you want to support Chop Sports, well, you're off screen right now. But if you want to support Chop Sports, be sure to go over to patreon.com/Chop Sports. $3, $5, $10 increments. You can help us out and help us grow. As you heard last night on my wonderful video that I put together, and I put a little bit of a PSA. Pete Sampras over here doing his thing. Or what was your favorite tennis player? Do you have a favorite tennis player? Mine is easily Andre Agassi.
Michael Chang.
Chris Everett. You know, I know what you're doing. All right. And if you call me Chris one more time and you don't go to break, we're going to have some problems.
That
We're
was
talking about Michael
fantastic.
Chang
Greatest.
here. Michael Chang is the greatest Asian American tennis player in the history of tennis. So Michael Chang.
Okay. Chang's your favorite. Anyway, what was I doing with this? Just so you know, coming up this week, Saturday night, 5:45 puck drop. It'll be myself and Gooch on the call. And I believe it's being broadcasted on New Jersey 35, which is a local access, whatever, but we'll cut up some video and release it on our YouTube channel as well. That's the Woodbridge Police Department taking on the Woodbridge Fire Department / EMS. So that game's going down. Hopefully, Dr. Sean Basinger, our investor over at Chop Sports, that he won't ruin the game again by being the one ringer that just decides to complete. Jesus Christ. Like,
You're out.
a Doyle rule.
No, this is. I did not mean to hit him in the head.
Fantastic. That would have
Bro,
been
you just. Oh my
fantastic.
God. That
After
was
We
so
need
good.
content. We need this.
He
for
yelled
content.
at you 2 minutes ago because you were about to fall off the chair. He's picked up a
And then
tennis
he
racket
drills
and
Scoop
a
with a ball.
and a ball.
Dude, I
Is that
didn't
the
mean
ball
to
you
hit
ordered
you
on
in the
Amazon?
head.
You've
that
been
was
waiting for?
surreal.
Is that what you've been waiting for from
That
Amazon?
was amazing. by
I
the way.
honestly
I-
was gonna hit you when you walked in this morning,
But you were afraid for the TV.
but the TV was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy can't hear now. Oh Christ!
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so it's on already off the rails. I do want to say it's been an experience. Yesterday I jetted out of here because I was going to see a house because all of a sudden I'm in the market. I'm on the street. I got nowhere to live. No, we're just looking for a bigger house. But you know who I'm using? Curtis sells houses of EXP Realty. So if you ever want to sell your house, buy your house, do whatever you got to do with houses, go check out Curtis. Also, breaking news on the world of eyewear, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about Absolute Eyewear getting involved here with Chop Sports because they just added Oakley. Those sunglasses that I wore on my Disney trip, those are Oakleys. I will forever buy 1 million pairs of those if they sell over at Absolute Eyewear. Why? Because if you mention Chop Sports, you get a hundo right off the top. So you can do that too. Yeah, absolutely. The barbecue's coming up. You're almost done with that, right?
The graphic is basically done. We have to put some context to it in a post. Yeah. Okay. So look for that. June 26th, we'll actually be dropping the infographic today on all the socials, but June 26th, 1 to 6 p.m. at Merrill Park in
5 hours is plenty of time to black out.
I mean, you could show up at noon. We'll be there from probably like 10 on, but for the masses, 1 to 6, we're gonna have beer, we're gonna have food,
cornhole.
Would you have it over there somewhere?
There we go.
Oh, you have a read.
We'll talk about this.
What happened to our boards?
They're in the other room. I was looking for my wallet.
A lot of fun. Anybody gets to challenge Gooch to anything because he thinks he's so great.
We'll get into something in a second because the masses are waiting patiently for this result of one of the events that we recorded yesterday. We'll get into it in a second. I did want to plug the barbecue, the Yankees game. That's actually still happening, right?
May 22nd,
which is like 15 days away.
It's 2 weekends from now.
Yeah. Okay, so we're all going.
Weekend,
so the four of us that are in this room right now are currently on the roster to go. Yes. Plus Ash.
It is
plus
also
Casey.
My sister's birthday. She'll be there as well.
Nice.
I'm not sure.
Which one? Rox?
No, Lindsay.
How's Rox doing, by the way?
Good.
I haven't heard from her or anything. Not that we talk, but I'm saying
she lives an hour and a half away.
Roxanne.
Playing the White Sox, right? Sunday Night Baseball.
Yes.
Sunday Night Baseball.
We're playing the White Sox tonight.
Matter of fact, that tonight.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Cease pitching tonight.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. But Yankees win a day game yesterday. That's exciting.
Do we know who's pitching Sunday or not yet?
No, not yet.
That day?
We could project we could probably project, but
if people miss some starts or I don't know, that's crazy. So what else? Before I, you know what? I'm not even waiting any longer. The New York Rangers last night, baby, got that much closer to evening this bitch up. Okay, it's 5-3 last night, one empty netted goal, which by the way, that was the most exciting empty netted goal I've ever seen in my life. It was like trickling for like days on it. Don't do it again.
I'm kidding. I'm not going to do it.
God, man, you knocked him out. So anyway, the Rangers win their game last night, 5-3. The series now 3-2. Big news here, folks. That bitch made Crosby has an upper body injury. So his game 6 status is up in the air. It's tomorrow night on one of the greatest days of the year, my brother's birthday, Friday the 13th, May 13th. My bro turns 30. If I'm going 7, he's going 4. Yeah, 34, I want to say. I can't do math right now.
Did you see the hit?
That laid him out? Trouba. Yeah.
Would you think it was a cheap shot? Or I thought it was clean,
he's got
a clean hit.
He's got a target.
They're trying to say he's
got a target on his back. He's got a target on his back. Everybody wants to hit and get involved with knocking the Christ out of Crosby. So I'm not even worried about that. What happened now? See, I hate when they go off screen. It's like, you want to share something with the rest of the class?
I would love to, but what I do when I want to share something, I wait until you're done talking and then I start.
Finish your point, King.
Right? So
anyway, Rangers win game 6 tomorrow night, Friday the 13th. I might actually, if my brother doesn't want to watch it together, I might go to the Chubby Pickle. Where is it? You said that was in the Highlands?
Yeah.
The Chubby Pickle. Dr. Sean Basinger and the 3rd of July are performing at the Chubby Pickle tomorrow night with the Ranger game. So who better to watch a Ranger game with than Dr. Sean? I mean, he's the biggest Ranger fan I know. Season ticket holder and all that jazz. So that is my Rangers plug for the day. Very excited about that. Now, before we get into the NFL, go ahead. Sorry,
so Nate Diaz took a picture of himself
pissing
taking a piss on the UFC Performance Institute. And do you know why he's doing this?
Because he won't get fired.
Because he's trying to prove a point. Like, I'll do whatever I want, and they still won't fire me, and I get paid more than everybody.
Why won't they just cut him?
Piss on? Diaz is such a punk.
The UFC headquarters and the Performance Institute. So he's basically just went to.
It's like going to the Performance Center.
I know. Like the issue, he wants out, and they won't let him out. But he has one fight left on his contract, right?
And it's coming.
And they won't.
It's coming. It's coming in July. I think it's
crazy.
One of the. Okay.
That's
No,
so
it's not.
nuts.
Called out
So
Mike-
wouldn't you think they'd put him up
I'll bet
against
you
like
$50 he doesn't fight. How about this? I'll pay you. What was Kyle's odds yesterday? I'll bet you any money that Diaz and Khamzat not only don't fight in July, don't ever fight. And Diaz wants to fight Michael Chandler at 70.
He does, yeah.
They're both talking about it. That's the fight
That's
to make.
fine. They
Diaz
can
wants to
talk
fight
about it,
Poirier,
but that doesn't mean.
But Dana White won't give him Dustin Poirier, won't give him Michael Chandler. He wants to give him Khamzat. No, he doesn't want to give him a fight at all. That's the
But
reality.
does he have to give him a fight?
He has to offer him fights.
It's
Okay.
part of the contract.
Yeah, but it's
just
wouldn't-
offer him
so
three.
okay. So now obviously I'm not viewers for C fans. You guys know. Does Nate have to take it?
No.
Or, so he could just
No.
keep denying until
No,
his
it
contract's up?
could be. It's not a good look.
You can't
I don't
get
think
out
it's a
of
good
you
look at
can't-
all.
You can't get out of your contract, but that's what the UFC does. You
I
don't
know.
think it's a good look, but you know who the fuck is anybody to decide who he should be fighting next besides him? He's not going to get a title shot if he wins
Absolutely,
against
yes,
Khamzat
because
anyway.
it's his last
and he
contract.
wants
His last
out.
one. But so why wouldn't he just, if they say, hey, fight Gooch right now, and you're out of it, and you're out of your contract, why wouldn't he just fight whoever they put up against him? What does it matter? He wants out. Fight whoever they're going to give you and get out of there,
Good point.
right? I don't understand that point. Like,
All right. So anyway, before we get into the NFL schedule stuff that's going to go down tonight, we do have to bring up this. And well, first we'll bring up back to the nameplates, get rid of the Rangers for a second. But all right. So yesterday, obviously, if you watch the show, there was a lot of, no, I'm not even going to call it controversy. There was just a little bit of an argument being had between the two gentlemen to my right and to my left. One being Gooch, one being Wrestling Rob, of what they could do athletically. Notice I was a smart guy. I stayed out of this conversation. I just said, this is fun, great content. What's going to happen first? So naturally, I said, let's go to a football field. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's cover this. Let's run the 40, blah, blah, blah. We didn't have time for that. Okay, we got business to run over here. We got things to do. So what we did was we went out into the front parking lot, the same scene of the crime. The last time we were in the front parking lot, Scoop made himself look completely dumb by trying to cover Gooch, ran a fly route, and left him out of his shoes, literally and figuratively. Okay, chop blocking is not allowed. It's 15 yards. So yesterday, we measured out 40 yards, give or take, okay? And the two had a race. This is how it played out. Enjoy, and we'll analyze it when we come back. Here's the race heard around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, where I'm standing right now and where they are standing right now is 40 yards. They can hear us, yeah. This is
Hold on.
ever so
can hear us?
very, very close. So they're going to run the 40, and we're going to see who's going to win. All right? So this happened yesterday on the show. This is live happening right now. Two of these guys are literally stretching right now, making sure that's Wrestling Rob and that's Chris Gucci. This is the 40-yard dash. All right, look, when my hand goes down, you start. So remember, Chris said absolutely beat him. Ready? Just little negotiations here. Ready, set, go. So right now, you're seeing Rob complain about a false start. All right, go ahead. Do it again. He wants to separate. Rob is claiming a little bit of a jump ski.
It's not summer yet.
I don't know about that. I don't know, folks.
Well, at least
We'll go to video footage after this, after the review.
True.
But let's see now.
You can see the blue veins in my chest.
So they're back to the starting point. I think Chris is going to actually destroy him. What? I don't know. We'll check the videotape after, but when my arm goes down, just
They wanted to go to the review early.
My voice carries. Chris,
you heard Dave say when his arm goes down, right?
He's going to leave.
But
He's
you
gonna
guys
leave Rob
left
in the
at the
dust
same
here. That's what I
time, so
think.
I'm
I don't
not
mean to drop
debating
derogatory commentary behind this, but just based off that, Chris is kind of fast. All right, here we go. You ready? Here we go.
Also,
Ready?
shout out to the UPS driver who stopped right here just to watch them
Set.
race.
Go.
And they're off. Gooch by about a land
Now
mile.
watch.
And he's backpedaling.
Watch my
folks.
arm. I smacked Dave first.
That was close.
I took a hefty hit there.
I hit Dave first. I win.
I took a hefty hit there, and I don't want to hear it. I mean, look, the result is the result, and the winner of the race by a landslide was Chris Gucci. So that's one.
Bailey, are you talking shit about my socks or
Absolutely, your socks. I wasn't wearing high socks.
I mean,
Oh,
what are we doing here?
I mean,
Bailey? Now we're feuding again.
anyway,
God
so
damn it, Bailey.
I'm cooking Chris. Ooh, ooh.
Bailey, you live all the way in Seattle. You're
Bailey,
gonna have to
listen.
take a
Bailey,
flight
come on
to
out
come
to
get
Jersey.
cooked
All right,
down here,
He
bro.
beat me in a race. To be honest, he blew me out in a race. he is a fast white boy, bro. And he's ran track. I'm out there stretching like normal. You know, he played football. Here's Chris down there doing lunges in a track position.
He's getting ready.
I'm like, what the hell is this?
That was settled real quick, real easily. But yeah, so that Gooch is officially faster than Rob, but I guess we'll find out about their football skills another time.
I gave him a chance to walk back on the I can't cover him.
Absolutely not.
He's double down.
Absolutely not.
He's
doubling down.
I think
on
we should do
that.
this at the barbecue in front of everybody.
That's fine. You're gonna do like I said,
there's gonna be Rocky training montages.
5-yard curls, and he's gonna box me out.
No,
So
that's
I
corny.
mean,
he's
That's
running the
corny.
post.
I'm
Anyway.
all
right, let's talk some NFL, ladies and gents. Today is the NFL schedule release of 2022. I know a lot of people get excited. I know Gooch doesn't really care, but this is important stuff because now you can start making your trips. You can start booking your flights. You can figure out where you're going to go, how many games you're going to go to this year. There is stuff already leaked, and I'm talking about the NFL releasing them periodically throughout the week. We already know about the following, and I'm just going to list a couple that I've already read that CBS is actually reporting. So it's not me and like those other loser accounts on Twitter right now who are just like, I know everything, and then they just want followers and stuff. This is actually CBS reported today. Today you found out about Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, the Bucks and the Chiefs week 4 Sunday Night Football, right? So that's exciting. You get a rematch there. We talked about yesterday Mike McCarthy going to Green Bay in week 10 for the Cowboys to beat the Packers in Lambeau, which will be exciting because I saw the Super Bowl odds and I took that personally.
Yeah, we could talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second because it's ridiculous. But anyway, we do know about the doubleheader on Monday Night Football in week 2. The Titans and the Bills, the Eagles and the Vikings. We know about the international schedule. I'm not going to list them all. Everybody knows where everybody's going on the international schedule and when. What I'm reading right now, week 1 on 9/11, that's going to be the Saints and the Falcons. So they're going to start with their division game. What was that? Did you actually giggle at 9/11? Yeah, you're right. You are. You're just a filthy.
I thought he was giggling at like the potential of
garbage. But anyway,
getting a home game against the Cowboys.
The Eagles are getting a little bit of a break, I think, with the opening week. According to this, they're going at Detroit to start the year. But if that would be a great way to start the year for Detroit Lions to get that first win over the Philadelphia Eagles, that'd be fantastic.
I'll take Detroit getting the points.
Right,
too,
because they're cover masters last year. Week 2, Thursday Night Football. We know about this already. The Chiefs and the Chargers. Sunday Night Football, week 2. Looks like Gooch's beloved Packers get to host the Bears in week 2. So division rival there in week 2. Week 4. I don't know why there's so many fucking Packers games announced already. Maybe they released their whole schedule and nobody knows. The Patriots visiting the Packers in week 4. Week 6, the Jets go to the Packers. The Bengals will play the Saints.
One in fucking Jersey, man. It's been like 4 times in a row.
I mean, you knew the home and away schedule.
They just played them last time in Green Bay too. Like within 2000, definitely in between 2012.
The last time they played, it was also in Green Bay. There was one Jets. There was one Packer game that was in. It was against the Giants, and it was here. But I was busy, and that was 2 years ago, and it snowed. It was such a bad game.
Do you remember the game we all went to? That big tailgate, Packers Jets.
9-0.
What was it?
Packers won 9-0.
I remember that tailgate, man. That was a lot of fun. There was a lot of people there.
The Jets ready for this? The Jets on 4th and 22 faked a punt in their own territory. And
Sounds very Rex Ryan-y.
Right? Yeah, it was rough.
Oh man. Anyway, Thanksgiving. Obviously, we know that the Cowboys, the Lions, and then a primetime game. We know about that. Week 15, the Rams to the Packers, Monday Night Football. Week 15. So that's going to be probably for home field advantage or some shit like that. It's going to be highly contested.
At least Dave knows what it is already.
Christmas Eve, shut up. Christmas Eve, it looks like the NFL hates the Dallas Cowboys fans, not so much the Dallas Cowboys, because now the Cowboys have the potential to not only ruin Thanksgiving by losing, but also take on the Eagles on Christmas Eve. So that would suck. Or that is going to suck because that's confirmed. Christmas Day, we know the Packers are going to Miami. So it's going to be nice and warm.
The Packers are like 0-38 in my life in the state of Florida.
Yeah, but it's Tua.
Scoop,
so
if
you know
about that, right? You know all about that. We lose to the Jaguars in Florida.
There will be football on New Year's Day, which is kind of cool. I'm sure there's going to be football on New Year's Eve as well. When does college kind of do their thing? New Year's Eve, right? So they might bow out. The NFL might do a full slate on New Year's Day this year. That's what I'm thinking, right? Week 17 or week 18? Is that week 18? I don't know. But anyway.
I have no clue.
So time for some predictions, okay? Who do you think the Packers will open up against?
The Vikings.
Division game in Minnesota or in Green Bay? Remember, you're home week 2, so you think you're starting the road?
On the road. I would love to go into Minnesota and beat the piss out of them week 1.
There's your, what was that? Division odds?
Yeah, somebody else.
All right, Kyle Kerm's coming in with division odds for the NFC East. Cowboys 110, Eagles plus 225, the Commandos 450, and the Giants 650. I mean, it makes sense. A lot of people are riding with this Eagle money right now. I'm not really sure. Like, again, they added AJ Brown. It's one more year under Hurts. Their defense got better with the draft. Like, we get it, but I don't, you know, I
feel like if you're going to make a futures bet on a division winner, you're not going to take the favorite. Otherwise,
unless you really think you're going to,
you really want to wait 2 years.
Do you think the Packers are minus money right now?
Even money?
Find out what the Packers are. I'm curious.
You're the Cowboy fan, so I'm going to the furthest to him. NFC East right now. Do you really believe that the Eagles are the favorite to win the division?
Not even a little.
He said it last year. No, actually, he had the Redskins win in 12.
So what does that have to do with now?
I'm just asking because if I ask him, he's going to say right away.
No, I think the Cowboys are the favorites to win the division. I'm not dumb. I'm saying that value-wise, I'm not making the even money futures bet. I'm only going to make a bet with value.
Who?
Packers 175.
So they're already
minus 175.
So they're clearly going to win the division by fucking 4 games.
So,
the Vikings, I know Kyle's going to be high on the Vikings.
Look at those Lions at the plus 1,000. Anybody believe in Campbell's second year as a head coach?
Anyone? One of the front runners for head coach of the year. They had it on NFL
already.
New York this morning. Yeah, bro.
How did you make that prediction?
I don't know. It's on.
I guess Goff is the comeback player of the year as well.
Could be. I mean, look,
one without the other. If so, be so.
Anyway, so. You think they're going to take the Vikings. So the rumor is, and this one's not confirmed, and Scoop will be interested in this one, that the Cowboys are going to open up in Jacksonville on week 1. I already know I'm going to try to go because I have a bunch of friends down at AEW that get a free ticket to the games or tickets to the games in the Tony Khan suite. Yeah. So I'm going to probably link up and do that. And I guess if Scoop wants to go, I thought you wanted to go swimming in the pool, you dork.
I think Kyle's already in the comments asking if that was a real thing. And I could probably imagine that's where his head was going as well.
What?
To try and like get a trip going between you Cowboy fans and the Jaguar guy we know over here.
The Jaguar guy. Hey, listen, it's not legitimate yet, but from everything that I've read, it seems like there's a possibility that the Cowboys start on the road in Jacksonville on a 1:00 game. So they're not even being featured. My only guess is, or my only question is, like, from what I heard, there's been a Jets leaked schedule. I saw that as well. I don't know if it's all true, but right now, according to that league schedule, they got the Jets opening up at home on 9/11 against the Patriots. Sunday Night Football.
Week 1?
Week 1.
Maybe because it's 9/11.
Now, that's exactly what I was thinking.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
for the Giants.
For week 1, the banger Sunday Night Football is on Thursday. They get, like Sunday Night Football hosts 2 games in week 1.
Yeah.
Right?
An early game and a West Coast
for the
game.
Jets to be there on week 1 at night, I could see that. That's not out of the realm of possibility.
Especially 9/11.
What I'm curious to know is who's going to open up against the Rams week 1. Like that's the banner gets held. Like
it's not on Monday Night Football.
No, it's always Thursday. The champions always raise their banner on the opening week. So who the Rams going to open up against is beyond me. Who said that?
Probably be a lot of times.
You saw that already?
A lot of times it's a
saw that
rumor. Could be the Bills.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a playoff team. Obviously, and it's not going to be the Super Bowl loser. It's going to be the AFC Championship loser, or maybe a round before that.
Now, remember last year,
it could be the Chiefs
when the Bucks were hanging their banner.
Match up with the crossover. So who is it?
Let me look and see.
The Rams crossover.
Yeah, tell me they're it's got to be their home opponents, not so much that not all their away. I mean, remember last year the Cowboys
opened with Seattle a couple years back. It doesn't have to be a crossover game. It could still be a division
when the hell
conference game
on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah,
who won the championship the year before?
So here's their home opponents. The home opponents are the Seahawks.
Well, that's their division people.
So we'll do Carolina.
No.
Atlanta.
No.
Cowboys.
No, because
Raiders,
the Cowboys did it last year. You said the Raiders?
Broncos. Bills. So it's definitely one of those 3.
Ooh, I could see the Bills or the Raiders, the new look Raiders to kick the season off.
You don't think they would give it to the Cowboys?
They gave it to them last year. There's no way they go back to back. It was the Cowboys and the Bucks on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, sure.
I can't see that happening.
It's one of them 3: the Broncos, Raiders, or
Scoop coming from the rafters here saying Bills. So that could be a thing. That would be a great game.
That would be a great
game to start the year off. I could see the Raiders, man. They're such a new look.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to buy into the hype of the Raiders season now with Devontae over there.
And they're both good teams from the West Coast too. So it's like you'd get a lot of fans out there, be a hyped game.
Yeah, and they could start it.
Pretty sure they used to share a stadium.
Who?
The LA Rams and LA Raiders.
The Coliseum.
Yeah.
Right. What happened? What just happened?
Some little thing popped up.
Say what?
The other thing popped up.
All right. Anyway, so those are my predictions. We're gonna get some New Year's football. We'll get football on Christmas this year. There's a lot of football to go around. The schedule keeps kind of trickling away. And we got something. Oh, Diaz urinates. Okay, I got that on my phone over here. But that is the Broncos opened up against the Panthers after a Super Bowl a few years ago. On Thursday Night Football, I'm pretty sure it's always the champion.
Out here, do we have the updated Super Bowl odds? I want to go over it real quick.
Okay, so you could leave the schedule release thing up. You have the updated Super Bowl odds, which again
came out this morning,
I guess,
or late last night. Buffalo Bills plus 650 lead the entire league, and in the NFC, they
rightfully
got
so. I think
the Brady effect. Tampa Bay, I think they shot up from like plus 5,000 when Brady retired to now plus 700, and they lead the NFC, which to me is absurd.
That is a little crazy. That's how I know it's already skewed.
And I think that the Chiefs are getting a little bit too much love, considering they lost a few things in Matthew and Tyreek, but they're second in the AFC at plus 1,000, and then the Packers and the Rams are both tied with them at plus 1,000. The Cowboys are sitting at a paltry plus 1,700 behind the Broncos, the Browns, the 49ers, and the Chargers.
You sit there and you try to tell me that the Cowboys are a worse odds to win the Super Bowl than the fucking Cleveland Browns. I'm sorry, Deshaun Watson or not, he's not going to play all year. That's not going to happen. They're just waiting to just hammer down on it. And they're going to wait for the schedule to come out so he doesn't miss any primetime games or anything like that. Like, trust me, the NFL knows what they're doing when it comes to this stuff. But the fact that they have better odds to win the Super Bowl, the Broncos, why? Because they added Russ? Like, were they a quarterback away? They got to get out of the West.
I don't get that either.
They got to get out of the West, bro. Like, if they don't get out of their own division, they don't have a prayer to win the Super Bowl.
So I've always said to you guys, I don't understand why people always want to go to Denver. Like, they're about to sell their team. So first of all,
yeah,
this doesn't really matter in terms of the way people in terms of a prediction angle. This is where they think the money is going to go based on the, you get what I'm saying? Like, this has no bearing on who's actually going to win.
I don't agree with Kyle, but go ahead. He said the Cowboys got worse, but
the Browns and Broncos.
I know you don't listen to all my stuff, Kyle, and that's fine. But I said that based off the people that they lost, and the guys that they brought back and the talent they drafted, I think the Cowboys right now are a better team than they were when they lost to the 49ers. That's right now. That's my prediction. I don't predict that they're worse off than the Browns and the the Broncos. I don't see that at all. I don't understand it really.
I think that the Broncos.
And I'm not trying to be a homer. Trust me, I'm critical of my
Browns are
guys.
both in a really good position to be improved from last year.
Well, look at the Browns division now. Pittsburgh got a rookie quarterback. The Ravens are in disarray. They got nobody over there. And who else?
Cincinnati.
And the Bengals are the AFC champs.
The Bengals are the AFC champs, but there's a target. Now Cincinnati's got to deal with the fact that there's a target on 100%. Them. And they're going to be the hunted instead of the hunter.
I'm with the Browns to win 10 games or something like that. I could see that. But I guess if you're looking for better odds, to get out of the AFC this year is a trip, bro. You have to go through the juggernaut of juggernauts. The AFC absolutely.
The Broncos did beat up on Dallas last year.
Yes, I'm well aware.
So the Broncos do have a good roster. The question is Russell Wilson really done for because he looked like he was last year, or is he better?
Is he rejuvenated?
I don't think Russ is going to be the passer that anybody expects him to be there. He's going to hand the ball off a ton, just like he did in Seattle, and that'll be the recipe. But we'll see. I think that both of those teams shouldn't be favored higher than the Cowboys based on I think there's a ton of Cowboys fans that are going to look at that disrespect and probably lay the money. So if the Cowboys do end up winning, then it'll be.
Do you want to see this article that I brought up before? It's the all-paid team. The all-paid team.
Yeah.
So the highest paid player at each position. Tell me who doesn't belong, right? First of all, these crazy ass numbers. The total NFL seasons under contract right now between the entire all-paid team is 98 seasons. So that's crazy. The total combined value is $2.1 billion.
Between 22 players or 11?
I believe 11. Because here we go. So Aaron Rodgers, average per year 50.3. Does he deserve to be the highest paid quarterback in the league? Yes, I think so. Here's the one that right off the rip is just disgusting. the highest paid running back in football right now is Christian McCaffrey, earning $16 million a year.
Overpaid.
Jesus Christ. Like, you talk about a guy, you made the phrase half a man, half a season. This guy's a quarter of a man. Like, he doesn't play. He doesn't play. And if anybody wants to take that risk of drafting him in the top, 10 this year, you're a moron.
Please do.
2 in mocks.
That's ridiculous.
Please do. Take him. Take him.
It's ridiculous.
And then you can take Zeke in the next round.
I will. Top paid receivers, Tyreek Hill, making $30 million a year.
I don't know if any of you guys saw that pass yesterday.
Oh, damn it. I forgot to bring it up on the video. Shout out to the Miami Dolphins, guys. Shout out to the Dolphins for their social media team that are saying, looks like Tua got a new weapon. And all of a sudden, Tua drops back the pass, throws a duck into the air where it's wobbling all over the place, not a tight spiral at all. And Tyreek Hill has to do one of these. He's looking, oops, and has to come back, stop and catch it. So an underthrown ball was used as their highlight. What are we doing, Miami? Stop.
Nick Foreman coming in. First of all, the Cowboys will destroy that division. Giants are garb. Commanders are a joke. And the Eagles don't have the pieces yet. Cowboys Nation stand
All
up.
right, Nick. Okay, Nick.
Settle
okay,
down,
Nick.
buddy.
Pumping me up on a Thursday, dog. I like it. I like it a lot.
CMC is the 101. Now, Rube, we're still waiting on Joey Gallo to turn it around, but I don't even think you believe. I don't even think you believe that CMC is the 101. And if you had the first pick and you don't take Jonathan Taylor, you're not.
Oh,
doing
Scoop
it right.
Commenting from the side. You are now banned. Kick him out of the league. Kick him out of the room. Scoop's losing again. Okay, fine.
I'm curious if Rube is trolling right now.
For real though, Tyreek Hill $30 million.
When it comes to fantasy shit, he knows his stuff. I mean, the guy's won like $500,000.
I know that I know where he's being projected to be picked. I'm saying there's no way I think Rube is going to put all his eggs in that CMC basket right now that high. No way.
I don't think so.
He says I'm not actually.
I can't wait to have that.
Rube was in the house last
conversation
night at the
with
Garden. So, by the way, he's spending every single dollar he's won. By the way, and Rube, I hope you invested in stuff. And shout out. I mean, I've been asking you, but anyway, hopefully you made some wise investments outside of going to every Rangers playoff game, all the Knicks
sounds like a
games,
pretty
all
wise
the
investment for a guy like Rube.
Yeah,
that's what he wants to do.
I'm
Enjoy
jealous.
that shit,
I'm tired of reading his stories where he's at all these concerts and shit. Like, he's living the American dream right now. Why? Because of daily fantasy. Gotta love it. Devontae Adams, $28 million. Yes, he deserves that. DeAndre Hopkins, 27.3. I mean, now he's suspended for 6 games, so it's kind of hard on the value of that one. But Christian Kirk, no, $72 million contract, joined the Jaguars, which we don't care about. Wow, the NFL.com put that video up too of Tyreek Hill.
It was funny.
They're loving this shit.
Pat McAfee had on yesterday, and they were ripping him for like 40
were.
minutes.
It's justifiably so. The highest paid tight end is George Kittle heading into this year. He's making $15 million a year. Well justified.
Less than Christian McCaffrey.
Well justified. Yeah,
it's not well justified because he's
the
also
best tight end in football.
He's injured every single year. I don't think $15 million for a guy that doesn't.
That's the market.
Like, look, Kittle. I'm a big Kittle fan, but we're talking about best tight end in football. I don't agree with that. I think Kelsey's better.
Pound for pound, I want to say it's like 1A for me. Kittle's a little bit better. I think Kittle's a little bit better. And look, I think also listen.
I love
take this into consideration.
Kelsey, I love Kittle, but
I love Kelsey. Okay, but he's also catching balls from Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So his quarterback is very, very on his productive side. Where Kittle's dealt with how many backups?
We'll see with no Tyreek Hill there. 100% agree.
Oh, but they got Juju.
Jerry Rice caught balls from Steve Young and Joe Montana his whole career. Nobody brings that up.
No, don't. I know Kyle's going to hear that. If Kyle hears anything about Jerry Rice, the guy might blow an actual gasket. I don't want to hear about Jerry Rice. I don't want to talk about how overrated he was or anything like that. But anyway, the line, Trent Williams at left tackle making $23 million. Now remember these ages of these players too. He's 33 years old, Trent Williams, and he's making that kind of money. Joe Thuney will be the highest paid left guard this year. He's making $16 million. Look at the difference between left tackle and left guard. That's insane to me. $7 million difference to move one spot. Insane? Look, the Hoss is in front. Okay. Every offensive lineman to me is important. Mm-hmm. But the left tackle's getting the blind side money. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's rightfully so.
I'm not saying it's not wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong.
Look at the draft. We had this conversation about where you pick an interior lineman as opposed to where you'd pick a left or right tackle. It's not even close. I'm surprised it's not even bigger. Honestly,
yeah,
I'm surprised it's not a bigger gap.
A lot of hatred on Jerry Rice. Not only just Kyle, but Ken Paulman coming in. Stick 'em, Rice. Cheated the league. Anyway, highest paid center, $13.5 million. That's Frank Ragnow. He's the center for the Detroit Lions.
He's the best center in the NFL, and Evan Fournier makes like $11 million more per.
That's crazy, right? And you think a center would get?
I exaggerated. It's
money,
really like $4 million more per.
Absolutely.
No,
I
but
remember
a
when
center should get a lot of money.
Mangold was
bro.
paid heavily,
Well,
right?
yeah.
Like when he was the center.
You need a good center.
Absolutely. need a
$14
good
million
center.
for a center is crazy. I'm cutting him and I'm drafting one in the 3rd round. That's my new center.
But that's
Every
why people are going
time.
to look at running backs soon, just like that.
So right guard
They
is
are.
Brandon Sheriff, the new Jaguar, another man who just cashed in on all the Tony Khan money, $16.5 million. And then Ryan Ramczyk, the $28 million man over at in New Orleans, making $19 million a year, 28 years old. Going to defense, we all know Aaron Donald, interior defensive line. He makes $22.5 million, which is absurd. One that I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, but I guess he was next up online. Deforest Buckner making $21 million as an interior defensive lineman. That's a lot of cheddar for somebody who doesn't really have. He's good. Don't get me wrong. He's just I don't know about 21
That's why the
million.
49ers are always going to stay relevant because they make those moves right before this guy's getting paid all that money, and they ended up. I mean, Kinlaw hasn't really panned out for them, but they traded that for a 1st-round pick. Didn't have to pay the money, and then they replaced him with a guy. Like I said, he's not panned out. But
Nick
still
Foreman
smart.
and Kyle just became best friends. Foreman just came in saying Jerry Rice super overrated. Congrats, you had the best quarterback, and the defense were Swiss cheese.
Yeah, I mean, but Jerry Rice also had like 1,100 yards when he was 42.
Yeah, it's true.
So-
Playing for like Seattle for like a minute and a half. Edge rushers, obviously TJ Watt.
Definitely.
Justifiably so. I would start my team with a guy like TJ Watt, as Rob alluded to weeks ago. And of course, Joey Bosa making $27 million a year as the other edge. You're moving on to linebackers. Darius Leonard, $19.7 million as a linebacker. Fred Warner, $19 million. So that seems to be the market, almost $20 million a year to be a good linebacker. It's a lot of money, man.
And
A lot of do-re mi.
That's too much for
I think
another
so, too.
position. I think
so too.
Look, Darius Leonard's a stud. He strips a guy a game, and I don't mean that in the
He-
weird way.
no,
I'm talking
he
about
does,
he punches
legit.
the ball out.
Yeah.
once a game.
Legitimately, he does.
But the rest of them, $20 million a year. We're
the
getting
corners.
talking a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. Denzel Ward, 25 years old. He's making $20 million a year. And then, of course, Jalen Ramsey's $20 million a year contract. Marlon Humphrey, $18.5 million. He must have just got that because he's relatively young. He's 25 years old. And then this is where it kind of gets a little crazy. This is the 2 worst, I think, in the league when it comes to 2 safeties. Jamal Adams, $17.5 million a year. The Jets absolutely fleeced that deal,
We did,
turned
bro.
all those picks into something
We
good.
did.
Dude, what a
We did.
did what's this guy make this trade? The new guy?
Joe Douglas. yeah.
Joe Douglas made this trade.
Douglas,
GM of the century.
Joe
Because
Douglas,
Jamal
man.
Adams can't catch worth the shit. He also can't cover anymore. He
just a
can't
hype man.
tackle anymore.
He's a
All of a
hype man.
sudden,
Nobody even likes him on his team.
overrated.
He's a hype man. That's all he is.
That's all he
should-
is.
should have
Baker,
sat
but
there and did
safety.
exactly what he was doing. Should have made the money in New York, but he had to make his way out of there and cry about losing, which I get it. Nobody wants to win. But now
Everyone
look where
wants
you
to
are.
lose.
Everybody
Well,
wants to
same
win.
shit.
Everybody
Now look
wants
where
to
you
win.
are. He loses every day.
Ready
So-
for this one? You'll like this one. $16 million to 1 Harrison Smith. He's a good safety. Don't get me wrong.
How
I mean,
much?
he $16 million to Harrison
From
Smith.
the Vikings.
They didn't even list kickers or punters. What is wrong?
Why
with this?
would they?
Just
Dave?
for the brand, bro. For the brand, man. McAfee, my God. All right. Anyway, so, those
who do you think's your most overpaid?
most
I think
overpaid.
you just read that whole thing.
I don't think the most. Well,
I don't know if they're
McCaffrey,
overpaid. Who? Yeah,
He,
McCaffrey.
hasn't played, he has like 4 carries. in
And
the
if you
last
want to
3
throw
seasons.
Zeke in there for his
Zeke,
production,
the
sure.
NFL contracts, the ones that we just talked about, I don't think any one of them are the worst one in football. There's several bad
Mhm.
ones.
Well, why don't you bring up the other thing, that one contract thing that you had yesterday we didn't talk about, because I'm curious. This is also ranking their contracts. These are all quarterbacks except for it looks like TJ Watt. There's a receiver in there, but it's basically just right, underpaid, or overpaid. Okay, we start with Rodgers, who's $50.3 million. It says just right. I guess if the highest paid quarterback is making $50 million and that's the market, he is the best quarterback in football, I think, still. So yes, he deserves the 50.3 if that's the market, right? It looks like overpaid is being listed for Deshaun Watson at $46 million. Absolutely. Guys are removed from 1 year of football and you gave him that guaranteed money. Get out of here. No dice. Ready for this? This is the crazy one. $45 million for Patrick Mahomes is considered underpaid.
I guess
What are we doing here?
basing it off the fact of Rodgers getting 50 and they want to say that they're pretty much 1 and 1A.
So it's a $5 million difference. Not that big.
I think they look at it as if you're a team and you have Aaron Rodgers, right? You look at that, you're like, all right, well, 98%, we probably can win if we have Aaron Rodgers on our team. Can you probably win a game? Can the Chiefs win every game with Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, they were down. They were down that 11
down like,
seconds. And
they scored 80 fucking points in 3 seconds.
I think that Mahomes. I don't think anybody that's making $45 million is underpaid, but based on how much Rodgers is getting and the timing of when, he's worth about $4 million more.
Moving on, just right, $43 million for Josh Allen.
Yeah.
40.4 is being considered overpaid for Derek Carr.
It is.
I think if you look at the quarterbacks behind him, maybe a little bit. Dak Prescott making $40 million. When he made that money, now this is the best part. When Dak got his contract, everybody was up in arms going absolutely bonkers about the contract, and he was only under Patrick Mahomes. Now he's under 5 other quarterbacks. So now that contract doesn't look so silly, does it? It
still looks a little silly, but maybe in another 2 more years, and he's under about a couple more of the guys. But look, it's what it is. The NFL, every one of the quarterbacks are going to be overpaid after the top 2, correct? I mean, top 3.
Yeah.
$40 million just right for Matt Stafford. He's coming off a Super Bowl. And of course, Russ, it's being listed as Seattle, but I guess he's making $35 million over with Denver. This is the overpay of a century. Kirk Cousins making $35 million. Get out of here. All the quarterbacks below him almost deserve more, except for Carson Wentz, who's making 32. Forget it. Matt Ryan was clogging up the Atlanta Falcons payroll until they dished him off to the Colts. So he's making $30 million on the Colts payroll. $30 million for Tyreek Hill to play the Miami Dolphins under Tua. Forget it. They got $29.5 million listed under Ryan Tannehill, and they're saying underpaid. No, that's overpaid, right?
Yeah.
Because now it's like he hasn't done anything, and he's being chased down. Behind him, Malik Willis is right there. So that's just eventually they're gonna have to pay Malik Willis. You know what I'm saying? That's by that time.
Well, they got
Tannehill's
4
gone.
years.
Yeah, Tannehill's gone. You should try to find Dak Prescott jumps all those guys. He makes $51 million next year. I know. I'm well aware of the contract. It's very backloaded, and I think that was by design to make sure they kind of held true to their salary cap bullshit. Stevie Mack helping us out here, saying the kicker Justin Tucker $5 million a year. Hell yeah. Punter Michael Dixon at 3.6 are the most paid special teams members. Thank you, Stevie. Appreciate you, bro. But yeah, so that again, just a graphic that we had and I wanted to check out and all that stuff. So, speaking of all this money, my God, do you think any of these guys are worried about running out of money in retirement? Probably not. But I guarantee you the average Joe here watching this show is worried about your money in retirement or how you're going to pay for long-term health care if you need that, right? Well, hopefully you don't need that. But if you do, you can stop worrying and start planning. A comprehensive retirement plan gives you security and greater control over your money. Michael Fusco can help. As president of Fusco Insurance Agency, Michael can work with you to create a comprehensive retirement plan. He'll explore using life insurance and annuities to help you build a more secure future so you can worry a little less right now. Call 718-701-5787 to schedule your complimentary consultation. That's 718-701-5787. It costs you nothing to talk to my man, Mike. Guarantees and protections are subject to claims paying ability of the issuing company. Some insurance policies are not available in all states. Gooch, take it away, dog.
What's going on?
Hi.
How we doing?
We're great.
So, if you're struggling with this dark underbelly of man and you got a bunch of bushel in your taint jungle, bushes in your taint jungle, you want to head on over to manscaped.com and use the promo code SHOPSPORTS. And with that, you get 20% off and free shipping anywhere in the world. And what they're going to include here is the ultra smooth package. So what you get here, you
used mine this morning.
You get the Lawnmower 4.0 equipped with the 400K LED light to help you out in the dark underbelly of man and get all those hard to miss places or easy to miss places, hard to reach places when you're in the shower. Down aisle 5, they got that butt crack lather that we're always talking about.
Butt crack lather.
And it gets it nice and primed for that butt crack snack. It is the weekend, boys, or the weekend's rapidly approaching, so make sure you take care of that for your lady friend. Head on over to manscaped.com. Use the promo code SHOPSPORTS. Free shipping worldwide.
Worldwide. Also,
If you want to build a website, know a guy for that, ladies and gents, you can go over to steveaspar.com, web developer and content creator based in the New Jersey, New York area. He's a good dude. Go check him out if you're trying to build your website. And of course, Lilac Sage Boutique. Do we have one for that? I don't even know if you made a new one, but no, nothing. All right, that's fine. LilacSageBoutique.com. They actually just launched kids clothing. So if you're looking for clothes for your daughters, go over to LilacSageBoutique.com. I know I'm going to go ransack the place and buy as much stuff as I possibly can for my little baby girl. All right.
We got one more. So we're going to go to Cornstars LLC. You go to cornholelevel.com. All right. And it's time to level the playing field. You go to cornholelevel.com, and I don't have one with me because it's in the other room, but it is essentially, it just measures the cornhole and make sure it's all level. We got this barbecue.
It measures the cornhole.
Make sure it's all level. Scoop, that was for you. Don't worry, Scoop. You're good. I'm good. I do have the dodgeballs. This is also for the barbecue. So it works on all cornhole boards, and it's small enough to take with you anywhere. Use indoors, use outdoors, barbecues, tournaments. Simply drop it on the board level and play. It's time to level the playing field at cornholelevel.com. $20.
Cornstars
LLC.
They're $20.
They're $16 with that promo code, baby.
I mean, I wouldn't pay 20, but I sure as shit would pay 16.
Right?
Absolutely.
Right? So we have a few for free. So
Actually,
we're
I
going
was
to think of
talking
a
to
way
Jimmy.
we can incorporate the little boards into our end of the show game. They're functioning.
I was
cornhole
talking to
boards.
Jimmy. We're trying to think of like creative reads for that. And he goes, he's like, imagine being at a barbecue and you're trying to hit on a girl, right? And you're talking to a girl, and your knowing friend's gonna come up to you and say, like, come on, man, you gotta play some cornhole. And you're like, oh, I guess if I have to, we gotta make sure they're regulation size. Good thing I have this in my pocket. Like, it was hilarious.
So you got this. That joke didn't make the cut, right?
It did not make the cut. No, I mean, we haven't really gotta tidy it up a little bit.
Yeah. No, I know.
Anyway, there
They
was
didn't
some
actually send us the info. I just took that off
basketball last night. The NBA playoffs roll on. First and foremost, Rob, you said something right before we went live. We got some new trophies in the NBA. Is that what's happening here? Some
there is
conference title trophies or something?
Eastern Conference Finals. The trophy is named after Bob Cousy.
Okay.
And the MVP for the Eastern Conference Finals, which they've never done before, is going to be the Larry Bird Trophy.
It's funny. Larry Bird being listed as that since he was so bad, according to Rob. He gets a trophy named after him.
Then the Western Conference, they're giving the Western Conference Finals trophy is named after Oscar Robertson. And the MVP is named after Magic Johnson.
I like it. Drew Holiday, according to Scoop, won the NBA's Teammate of the Year award, in which nobody actually gave a shit. So Boston fell apart last night, ladies and gents. Giannis, bloody Giannis. That picture is going to surface for the rest of his career. Tough dude, man. 40 points, 11 boards. Giannis does his thing, but the big plays at the end of this game. Drew Holiday with the block at the end with 7 seconds and the steal at the end. So 2 big plays by Holiday last night.
Someone needs to pull Marcus Smart aside and let him know that he is the defensive stopper. He is not a closer. And you have 2 guys on that team that could close out games. You got to get rid of the ball, man.
What is this now? And this is something I just realized because I'm a box score whore all of a sudden with some of these games that I don't get to actually watch in real time. But are the Bucks using an 8-man rotation?
Yeah.
Don't you feel like a playoff game? You feel like it's a little light?
I feel like when it comes down to it in the 8-man rotation, you know what you're getting out of all those guys. If they're able
like Giannis
to
played 40 minutes,
stay in shape.
Middleton's out.
We'll
you
see.
know,
What did they do last year? Check and see what they did last year. I think it was very similar.
You just said it. Middleton's out, so you would think like we need more bodies. No, like I don't know. I felt like that's not the best play, but look, it worked here, and the Bucks now have a 3-2 lead.
Well, if they're in a position where they're able to take some guys out, but they were fighting in this.
Yeah.
One, right. They're down 10 going into the fourth quarter, or down 9 going into the fourth. So any chance at a sub or a break for Giannis at that point goes out the window. At least that's what you want out of your guys.
Yeah, of course. 34 out of Tatum, obviously not enough. But yeah, the collapse leads to Boston going back home to try to get this to 7. So we'll see if it happens. The other game was absolutely unwatchable. The Memphis Grizzlies, in which I predicted yesterday that there was no shot in the world that they were going to lose this game because of ratings, which I believe somebody said on the Facebook group, and Kyle kind of debunked it. But I'm here to tell you that this right here, this kind of statement win is going to get you to believe that the Grizzlies are all of a sudden the better team and they could just beat the shit out of the Golden State Warriors. Now it goes back to Golden State.
and that's a wrap. It's not this one's not close. This one gets to the next game, but 134-95, bro. Jackson Jones and Bain, by the way, shout out to Bain, great last name. Score 21 each. No Ja, no problem. It just, and we had this conversation in the group chat last night of the value of a Ja Morant. Kyle comes back multiple times and says that Ja Morant's a defensive liability when it comes to games like this.
Now they're 21-5 this season. I think it's
21-6.
21-6 now. 21-6.
They were 20-5, and now they're 1-1.
Okay, yeah. So they 1-1. Okay, so 21-6 without Ja Morant. And Kyle made a point. I'm not sure because I didn't double check this, but I'm going to go with his word on this one. Is that they're the best defensive team efficiency wise in the NBA when Ja Morant is not in the lineup. Now, the question goes like this: are the Memphis Grizzlies a better team without Ja Morant? I mean, you would say at the surface value, no way.
Would you put them?
They're not good enough to win a title without Ja Morant.
That's what I was going to say. Way. Would they even be put in this position to be in this game without Ja Morant throughout the course of the year? Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, according to the record, yes.
They might have been the 2 seed anyway without Ja. They might have been the 1 seed. They might have contended just based on that. But it looks to me like Ja Morant, while he's a star, he is not the right star for this team. Dare I say, if Kawhi Leonard became a free agent, which he does, right, and decided to go join Memphis and be healthy, that would make them a bona fide title contender. But Ja Morant would have to exit the picture.
They were up by 55 in the third quarter. Memphis.
Golden State just mailed it in.
Obviously, I think though, but it was crazy because Memphis was literally on the bench, like whoop that trick from that movie with Terrence Howard, like the whole game. It's phenomenal.
Listen, she means well. She speaks to type. She doesn't know how to actually text. Can I get Joe's number? Yeah. Joe, whoever you are, you better hands off my fucking mom, okay? Knock it off, Joe. Anyway, you'll have to see the comments to understand what the hell I'm talking about. But yeah, that just threw me off because I was like, Jesus Christ, why am I reading this? I was like, I can't read this. This is terrible. All right. Anyway, Curry is solid 4 for 10 from the field. Good job there, Steph.
I think he just mailed it in. They were like, it's
dude,
over.
When this scores the way they were taking out guys in the middle of the third quarter.
Yeah, man,
it was a wrap from jump. Anyway. Tonight, we got some games. We got some games to go. I might go out and watch some of these games. I have a empty nest at home tonight, so I might do something. And it's not Cinco de Mayo, so I won't actually deal with any crowds. The 76ers host the Miami Heat, -2.5. Give me the Heat all day, +2.5. I mean, I haven't made a bet in a while, but like they're getting sent home tonight. The Heat are going to do work. That's my prediction. The Heat have obviously dominated when yes, the series is 3-2, so it's close. But in the games that the Heat have won, they have beaten the shit out of the 76ers. So give me the Heat to wrap it up tonight. How about you? What say you, Gooch?
Sixers at home, Embiid desperate. He's by far the best player on the court in this game. I just can't buy into James Harden, and given any type of points with James Harden at the helm, it's just hard. They did beat up on him last time they played in Philly. I want to see a 7-game series because I don't really have a dog in the race. As much as I want the Heat to win, I don't really care. I just want good basketball.
With your favorite coach?
Yeah.
Well, listen, if you want the Heat to win, you need this game to go to 7 games because Doc Rivers doesn't win a lot of 7-game series.
That's a really good point.
So based on what you just said right there, your logic right there is like I should want the Heat to lose today
because you know they're going to win.
Even though if they win today,
Game 7's
it's
a
over.
lock.
Yeah,
Game 7's a lock. So winning Game 6 is less of a lock. Like
100%.
Even after they win, they have a better chance of advancing in Game 7.
That's some serious logic there. Might get dissected, but
no, I'm going to go with the Heat because I want them to win, but I really think the Sixers should cover.
We shall see. The other game, I'm hoping my one of the teams I pull for, and the only team I'm pulling for in this whole playoff thing is the Dallas Mavericks. They're down 3-2. This one's in Dallas. Dallas getting 2 points at home. Luka plays out of his mind at home. I like the Mavericks to push this to a Game 7. That's just me. They play very, very good basketball at home. I was waiting for this series, obviously, to get back to Dallas for them to actually compete because they couldn't do it in Phoenix. I like Dallas tonight. Or is there going to be 2 putaways? Like, what do we see?
I don't know, man. Look, the last time they went back to Dallas, right, for Game 3, the Suns were only giving 1 point. I know that this maybe doesn't have a huge issue, a factor into it, but now they're giving 2. I don't know why there would be any indication as to why the Suns would be giving an extra point since they lost both games in Dallas. But for that reason,
Anybody out that we're not aware
I'm
of?
going to go with the Suns because I think people are expecting Dallas to play better at home, and I'm going to fade that. But I don't know. I didn't look at where the money's going, and Kyle could come in here and make me look stupid in one split second by saying the money is actually on Dallas, but I don't believe it is. I mean, on Phoenix, but I don't believe it is. I think Dallas should be getting most of the money on them.
Dallas had 9 assists in the entire game, no ball movement at all. He's talking about game 5 last time he was in Dallas.
Luka took like 23 shots. Reggie only took 5.
Yeah, I'm going with Phoenix.
More ball movement for sure.
I'm not going to just give Dallas. Someone's going to steal a game, right? Someone's got to win. It hasn't happened yet, right?
Road. It hasn't happened. Not in this series.
Luka led the team with 2 assists. That is sad.
Oh my goodness. 82% of the money on the Phoenix Suns tonight.
There you go. Thank you, Kyle.
There you go.
I expected that. I didn't know what to expect, but I expected Kyle to come in with the info. That's what I expected.
I expected Kyle to deliver the goods on that moment in time.
I'm curious to know what Sauce has to say about this one because I know he likes to play the trend with the Mavericks
Sauce, call in,
home.
Bro. Talk to us.
And they played really bad in the last game, but that game was in Phoenix. So
he's probably in his underwear right now, shirtless with some kind of ice cream. So that's why he probably won't call in. But
I've had a good read so far on this series, particularly this game. I'm up in the air on.
It's gonna be tight. I'm with the Dallas Mavericks to push this to a game 7. But again, you're right. Nobody's actually stolen a game on the road. It's just the first time it actually happens. Luka, not the greatest in the last home game, but they got the job done. AJ and Kyle are working on the Sauce videos that will be released later on for those picks. Go check out the Sauce Network app. He's got all his picks there. I'm probably going to play something tonight. It's been a while, and I'll probably ride with the Sauce. So whatever he says.
I'm trying to play dodgeball tonight or today if anyone wants to get a game in.
I got to get my hair cut. I got to go see my friend Stephanie over all the way up in Chester. That'll be fun. So don't hit nobody with the fucking balls here, bro.
I thought you were fucking coming for your revenge, Scoop. You see that ducking and dodging?
All right. So that'll do it. I think we have ourselves a show here, folks. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Please do us a favor and go over to our social medias. Follow us there for some exclusive content behind the scenes. There's also plenty of stuff on the horizon. We have ourselves a little bit of a meeting ski right after this to go over what we're going to be doing with this YouTube, man. There's going to be a lot more content coming in the summer. We got a lot of things going on. So, of course, stay with us. Thank you for supporting us time and time again and every day. So tomorrow, a feel-good Friday. We'll talk about these basketball games. We'll review the schedule release. And why don't we give our very super-duper stupid early win-loss totals for our teams, at least, and the locals, based off the schedule.
This is tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah. Based off the schedule. It gets released tonight. Let's do it. And I got my blue ball.
I don't know, man. So, like if I do something like this and I'm going to hear about for 4 years the one game, I got to look at.
No, the problem is you gave him 12 wins right before the season. Like if you say something now, you're allowed to change it based off of injuries, training camp, signings, all this shit before the season. This is our way too early win totals for our teams. The Cowboys, the Packers. We'll talk about the Giants. We'll talk about the Jets. We'll actually talk about the Jaguars for no reason whatsoever. And then so we'll do that.
I'm really trying to go play dodgeball. So.
I mean, we got work to do.
End the show, right?
Oh, okay.
Dodgeball time.
Dodgeball time. Is he going to see you coming? Probably not. See you guys tomorrow. God